Hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. Finally, big day of your life is coming tomorrow. Your CA final exam is going to start and the first paper will be financial reporting. Are you ready for that? If yes, just inform me by writing a message, yes sir, I am ready in the comment box. I'll be waiting for your message. Now, I just want to remind you that in any case, in any paper, you need to complete the entire question paper in 3 hours. And if you can complete 100 marks paper in 3 hours, your probability of passing the exam will be very high. If you know that fact, so make sure that you are completing entire question paper in 3 hours. But how to complete? So let us have a discussion on that. I'll give you some idea about how to complete effectively the entire question paper in time. First thing, you need to use your 50-minute reading time effectively. Now we all know that in 50 minutes, we cannot read the entire question paper of FR in 15 minutes. One more thing, now in this coming attempt, you will be only getting your descriptive question paper of 70 marks in this 50 minutes. Means you will not receive your MCQ based question paper in this 50 minutes. Means in 50 minutes you can read only descriptive question paper. So my suggestion is that in this 50 minutes, only read the question number 1 which is mandatory. Because we all know that we need to attempt that question. So read that question carefully. Analyze whether you can attempt or you can't attempt initially. If you can attempt initially, you are ready for that. Correct. And for the balance number of time, just identify for the balance question from which chapter and from which concept the question have been asked. Can you see it can be easily analyzed by reading the first para and the last para of the question, from which index and from which concept the question have been asked. If you have analyzed that, just identify the order of answering the question. If you are aware about the fact that this concept we are very much confident, you should attempt it first. And you can also analyze which question you need to attempt at the end and which question you need to leave as a optional question. Got this point? Yes sir. So use your 50-minute effectively. First point you have understood. Second point, time management. So allocate sufficient time for each question in advance. Means you should be aware of the fact that for every question how much time you should give. That allocation you need to give, you need to do before start of the exam only. Means you need to work out before entering the exam hall. Of course, we'll have a discussion about time management at the end also, how to allocate time for each question. But what I just want to say that now you have MCQ based question and descriptive question. So from my point of view, MCQ question you should give minimum 30 minutes, maximum 40 minutes, not more than that. Because we have 15 MCQ question. So for one question, minimum 2 minutes you give, not more than that. In the worst scenario, you need to give 40 minutes, not more than that. Are you getting? Means can I say for balance 70 marks question, you have 180 minus 30 if I say, yeah 40 if I say, you have only 140 minutes. So you should know in advance ki out of this 140 minutes, how much time you should give to each question. That allocation is required in advance. So that discussion we'll do at the end of this video. To listen this video till end. Got this point about time management, to allocate the time properly to each question, and you should have a track on the time while writing the question. Yes sir. Now coming to case study versus descriptive question. Now for the first time you will getting MCQ question. Now one question is there, sir, should we attempt descriptive question first or MCQ based question first? From my point of view, my suggestion, I will always go for MCQ question initially and then start with the descriptive question from my point of view. Because MCQ question, you know that you need to give 30 to 40 minutes. And can I say that is compulsory? In any case, you need to attempt it. So why need to do? Why? Of course, we should attempt that question initially. 30 minutes give, complete it. How much you know that you are aware of the fact? The question which you don't know, of course, you need to, in that question, you need to blindly write down any options. I hope you are understanding. Got this point? So I will say first do MCQ question, so that balance time is, if you can complete in 30 and 40 minutes, you are aware of the fact that for the balance time you need to write 70 marks question. Now suppose you started with descriptive question and you have taken some extra time, it is quite possible that you don't have sufficient time to read the entire MCQ based question. It is quite possible. Start with the MCQ question from my point of view. I hope you have understood. Correct now. Understood? Yes, sir. Now coming to next point, maintain your speed from the first question. Is once you started MCQ based question, you should be aware of the fact that minimum time required 30 minutes. Start reading with high speed and answer it. When you are coming to descriptive question, from the first question, your speed should be at highest level. There is no extra time, there is no extra marks for good handwriting. Your answer should be in a presentable way. That is more than sufficient. In handwriting, you are not getting any extra marks. Even though you are not writing good handwriting, your marks will not be deducted in CA exam. For this point, to maintain your speed from the first question only. For this point means you should have a track on time. For that purpose, of course, you should keep your watch in front of yourself. Yes, sir. Next point is read the question carefully. I have found that normally students don't read the question carefully. Don't read the information given in the question carefully, and they don't read carefully the requirement of the question. Suppose the required is journal entry and they will do ledger account. That is a huge mistake. So read the question carefully. Correct now. Identify the amount carefully. Identify the date carefully. For that purpose, I always suggest that use timeline, so that you can have analyze your question carefully and then start writing the answer. So if you have drawn timeline, write down all the information in that timeline in the answer paper only, and then you can start answering the question. Got this point? Yes, sir. And also read the requirement carefully. What is the requirement of the question? Correct. With this, you can avoid small mistake which normally students do. And if you can avoid a small mistake, your marks will be increased. Got this point? Yes, sir. Next, order of attempting. So in which order we can attempt? A use doubt is there. Already I have given a clarification for that. So you can attempt in any order. Means you can start with question number 1A. Then you can start with 2B. Then 3B. And then you can again come back to 1C. So there is no order of attempting. Only 2 points you need to be careful, that when you are attempting question number 1A, all the parts of question number 1A should be written in one place. And when you are starting a new question, suppose you are starting after question number 1A 2B, so that question number 2B should be started with a new page, so that the examiner can understand this from this page a new question has been started. Got this point? Yes, sir. So order attempting also you understood. Now the next point is that a clarification, that there is no need to draw the line. If you want to draw the line, for main solution you can draw, but for working note, I will say don't waste your time in drawing the line. There is no extra marks for drawing the lines. But this point, for main solution, of course, you may be habituated of drawing the line. You can use line drawing in for main solution, but don't waste your much time in drawing the line. Correct? So if you are not drawing the line, no marks will be deducted for that. Understood? One more suggestion: whenever you are writing financial statement, this financial statement is a part of the solution. For example, in consolidation and business combination, they ask you to draw a financial statement. That should be as per the format. Format means as per Division 2 of Schedule 3 of Companies Act, to try to follow the format for financial statement. Got this point? Yes, sir. Next point: can we use short form? Is can we write property, plant and equipment instead of property, plant and equipment PP? Correct now. For intangible asset IA, IP for investment property. Yes, you can do that. Abbreviation can be used. So you can use any short form, for example, PP, IP, SBP for CR based payment, UGRB, GRB. This all short form can be used. Correct now. So even though you are using short form, they will not deduct marks for that. One suggestion I can give: for example, you are writing journal entry and you are writing EB expense to employee benefit expense to SBP reserve. So first you write down EB expense, in bracket write down for employee benefit, write down EB, and then again journal entry. There is no need to write down entire employee benefit expense. You can write down EB expense only. Correct now. That one suggestion I am giving. But even though you are writing EB expense, no one is going to deduct marks for that. Correct. So these are short form which we can use. So there are many short forms which are very familiar that you can use it. Got this point? Yes, sir. This will also uh, save your time in exam. Next point is that whether we should start with main solution supported by working note. So my suggestion is that you don't have time to start with the main solution and you don't know how much page is required to be left for main solution. So main solution can be done only after working note. I will say you can start with the working note. Is whatever you have understood, start from that. Don't waste your much time in analyzing from where to start. So if you know that consolidated financial statement working note number 1 is fair value adjustment, start with fair value adjustment, then working number 2, 3, 4, and at the end draw the main solution, balance sheet. After balance sheet, notes to account should be written after balance sheet only. So if you are writing notes to account, that should be after balance sheet. I am saying working note can be done before main solution. Correct? Understood? So you can start with the working note. There is no marks deduction for that. Understood? I hope you understood this much. Now coming to time management. So I'm just give a suggestion about time management. You have 180 minutes. For out of that 180 minutes, I will say make a reserve of 20 minutes for abnormal losses. Always can I say in our life, in our accounting, we create provision for contingencies. So 20 minutes create a provision for the contingency which may happen in future. Means in this 3 hour time. Correct? Now, out of 160 minutes already I have said for MCQ, you need to allocate minimum 30 minutes, maximum 40 minutes. So I have given 40 minutes. It means for one MCQs you have 2 minutes minimum, and easily you can do that. Is I have given higher minute only. You can solve MCQs before that also. So minimum I have said 30, maximum I have said 40. Correct now, but you can attempt. If you can attempt entire MCQs 20 minutes, it is well and good. Correct? Yes, sir. So out of 160 minutes, 40 minutes you have allocated. Now you have only 120 minutes for 70 marks paper. 70 marks paper, you have 120 minutes. So if you allocate this 120 minutes in 70 marks, so for 1 marks you have 1.7 minutes. 1.7 minutes. It means for 40 marks question you have 24 minutes minimum. For 10 marks question you have 70 minutes minimum. For 6 marks question you have 10 minutes minimum. So whenever you are attempting a 40 marks question, keep in your mind you have only 24 minutes. You have a surplus 20 minutes. In an abnormal situation, suppose it is a complicated question, you want some extra time, you can take some minutes from that 20 minutes. Correct now? So if you are writing a question number 1 and you find that you are not able to complete in 24 minutes, but if you can use 10 minutes from surplus time, and if you believe that you can complete it, take 10 minutes from surplus time. Are you able to understand? And there will be some simple question also in which you may take less than the allocated time. If you manage this time properly, you can easily complete entire question paper in 3 hours. I hope this video will help you. Correct? Understood? And my all the best wishes for your exam. Keep studying. You have already done your entire effort. Have faith on yourself. Be confident in exam hall. Whatever you are writing, whatever answer you are writing, be confident about that. In exam hall, don't be confused about the answer whatever you are writing. My suggestion is that whatever you are writing, correct, that will be correct only. If you are confused at that moment, what will happen? You will change your mind, and it is quite possible then you will be confused, and then you will forget whatever you are actually supposed to write. My all the best wishes for you all. Have patience in exam hall also. All the best wishes. Bye bye. Love you all.